What's up, everyone? I'm jejepinball. On this week's episode of Virtual Pinball News of the Week, we've got Zen releasing a Battle Royale, we've got VPW Workshop merchandise, and we've got lots of releases to go over from the holidays. Stick around, you don't want to miss it.
Virtual Pinball News of the Week. Yeah, it's Kiwi's Pinball Virtual News of the Week.
Hello, my glorious little pinheads out there. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving as I have mine. Taking a nice little extended break to eat lots of turkey and get some sleep in, and you're gonna need that sleep. You know why? Because there's lots of new pinball to go over. So let's do it, and let's do it now. First up, we have Zen updating their Pinball Party app that you can find on the Apple Arcade. This is kind of cool what they did. They released a Battle Royale table, and this is something that they're planning on eventually putting into the Zen FX engine when it comes out next year. So this table, they worked with Funko, which is awesome. So you get to unlock other Funkos to be. It's a basic layout of the table, but it's 4 players playing at the same time. I think it's about 5 minutes per round. You have to get the highest scores, and while you're doing this, you can also attack. So as you see here, there's a 1, a 2, and a 3. You got to shoot the ball in lane 1, then lane 2, then lane 3, and then up the middle, and that allows you to attack your opponents. It's a really cool concept. While this table is somewhat of a simple looking table, it gets very complex because of the attacks and whatnot. Well, I did a play live of this you can check out on one of my last videos. Definitely something cool to look forward to. I'm very excited to see what Zen brings us in the next engine with this Battle Royale theme. VPW starts selling merch. This is awesome. As you've heard many times on this show, and I'm sure you're aware of, Virtual Pinball Workshop, or VPW, is a fantastic group of people that build some of the most beautiful tables you will see in virtual pinball. They've recently started selling merch, coffee cups, and shirts. I bought my coffee cup. It should be here sometime today. You'll see it on the news next week. According to VPW, all of the money coming in from this will go right back into the project. There's a lot that goes into building these tables, obviously. One of the big things is like scanning in parts and whatnot. So they'll buy the actual plastic parts from the actual tables to scan them in themselves and make sure they get that high def. This is one of the reasons why VPW tables are as beautiful as they are. If you want to support VPW in this run, make sure you check the link down below and buy yourself some merch. Can't wait for my coffee cup! This week's builder submission comes from Sang2KX. So Sang plays on FX on the Switch. He had a bunch of Lego sets sitting around and decided to build his own controller for pinball with Legos. This is so crazy cool. This is all accessible. Like, he could actually push these Lego buttons and they work as the flippers for him. Working on the cheap, you really want to get into pinball, there's ways to get in. There's so many ways to get in. More power to you for using laying around Lego sets. Like, this is brilliant. I love it. Okay, we got a lot of tables to go over today, but before we do that, we're gonna do a quick public service announcement. People, please be mindful where you're downloading your tables from. If a site seems suspicious, don't download from them. If they require money,
don't spend it.
The authors of our tables in this community put their blood, sweat, and tears into this stuff, and they release the tables where they feel they should be released. There are some crazy people out there on the internet. Whenever I link to tables, there's 2 main sites I go to, which is Visual Pinball Universe or VP Forums. The other sites I'll link to is a site directly from the author of the tables. There are some sites out there that are pretty sketchy. That is Visual Pinball Download. You may have heard people refer to it as VPD. This guy's known for making like fake accounts and pretending to be people he's not. He's pretended to be Terry Red, who, if you don't know, is one of the top sources you're going to find on YouTube when it comes to building cabinets, and also makes great tables in future pinball and whatnot. He's imitated Nailbuster, who's the mastermind and creator of Pinup Popper. This guy has gone as far as even copying his site almost piece for piece, as you can see in these pictures here from VP Universe. He's even harassed me on my videos, where he's literally gone on every single one of my videos under an account and asked, why don't you do this? Why don't you show me? Why don't you show me? Well, I don't show you because, to be honest, I don't trust your skeezy site. In the recent past weeks, he has come and attacked the person who runs VP Universe to the point where he's actually contacted this guy's work He took his site down saying that he was sorry for everything, and that lasted about a day, and his site's back up. He is charging. The only way you can become a member on here is charging, and he's like, oh, you get these tables that no one else can. No, that's crap. This guy's like uploading whips and stuff and tables that are broken. No author pretty much in their right mind is going to upload to this guy's site. It's not right to imitate people. It's not right to harass people. This community is supposed to be fun. This game is supposed to be fun. Enjoy your fun, but be careful, because you know what? The last thing I want to see for Christmas is you losing all your money because you gave money to this stupid head. Okay, let's go over our VPX releases of the week. But first, do you have a VPinball cab? Do you like playing pinball? Do you want to play me in pinball? Because I want to play you. That is right. The Elite Weekly Virtual Pinball Challenge is a group on Facebook of like-minded individuals who love to play pinball. We do 3 tables a week. One for league, we do a midweek throwback challenge, and we do a weekend warriors challenge. Some of the tables are exclusive to the group. We play some of the newer tables, and we just have a lot of fun. So please, if you want to play against me and see how bad I really am, make sure you're going down into the description, following the link, and joining us. I want to see you. Let's play some pinball. All right, VPX releases of the week. Please hold on to your seats. This is going to be a bit of a long one because I took that extended break for Thanksgiving. Okay, first up, VPin Workshop. At it like crazy. We have 3 releases this week for you. We got Bally's 1992 Black Rose. We got Bally 1989 Transporter the Rescue. And we have Bally's 1976 Hang Glider. Let's talk about these tables real quick. First up, we have Black Rose. This is a table that a lot of people know of. You can find it on multiple platforms, FX, so you can play this everywhere. As always, they go out of their way to make sure they make this table play as real as possible. One of the great things that VPW does is they give you a lot of customization options for the player. Like if you go into the script here, they give you the option to enact. So in the real tables, as you can see, the rail going up, sometimes the ball can actually fall out, and they actually give you the option if you want to set that where that makes that a possibility. Like I said, the customization that they throw in their tables is just sick. Next up, they did Transporter the Rescue. This is a little bit more of a rare table to find. I think I've only seen like one version. That might even be a VP9 version. There's like one other version of this table that I've seen, and it's rough. But their version is just beautiful. This has got a unique thing going on here when you get it into the one scoop here. It shoots it down, and you have to use this mid-right flipper to go across this ramp that has like no barrier and make it into this little swirly toilet-looking thing here. If you like 80s tables, this is a really cool table to play. I had a lot of fun with this one. Last on their release, and this one's an interesting one, 76 is Bally's Hang Glider. This is the first VPW release that is an EM. They've never put out EMs before, so this was kind of an interesting one for them to see. One of the cool things with EMs in general is, this is before tilt bobs, you really get to bang them around. So if you've got a gyroscope in your VPin cab, this is a fun one to really mess around with and get a little rough. You gotta play like a totally different game of pinball to play these EMs. There's no exception to the rules for them. They are pristine and beautiful looking tables. Check them all out. They are must to go on your cab. Board has come out and released Williams' 1995 Jackpot. This is the third in the trilogy of the Bot series. There was Pinbot, and then the Machine Bride of Pinbot, and then Jackpot. This table that he's released is VR ready and can also be played in your cab. Excellent table to play. The whole trilogy is actually a really great trilogy to play. I suggest getting all of them. Board's also put out one of his older tables he's re-released on VP Universe, Williams' 1979 Time Warp. This is an archival release that he has stated, so there won't be any updates for this, but this is one of those weird ones. I think I've talked about this table on the show before. It has banana flippers. That's right. If you look at the flippers down here, they literally look like bananas. They're kind of weird. Original table coming at you, jejepinball. jejepinball. jejepinball's released the table Akira. This is based on, I think, Williams' Firepower. Pretty cool looking table. Papa Smurf back at it. JPSalas releasing the Inder 1973 7 winner, the Rally 1968 Schuss. Both could be great tables to add to your collection this holiday season. This next one is quite an interesting one to me. Kiwi has put out the International Concepts 1989 Night Moves. So this is one of those tables that did not look like a pinball table. It had a kind of an odd shape to it. It's lower, there's no back glass. Looks like something that you would play in like a strip club in like the 80s. Switching over to some VR room ready tables, Rod has released his EM bowling themed table, Triple Strike. One of the things I really like about this table is you can see these lights up here in the mid of the table. You can go over, it's like hitting pins, so definitely a unique one. Boards come out and put out the Gottlieb 1983 Going Nuts. This is like a multi-ball table that is, I don't think it's really a serious table. It's a unique table layout. As you see, there's pop bumpers like all over the place, I guess acting as nuts on the tree. Drink Crystals put out the Williams 1979 Disco Fever. You might want to check out some of the notes on VP Universe about it. It looks like there might be some issues when you download this orientation-wise. Mitchell 757 has released the Williams 1980 Algar. Plays with the same sounds and whatnot of some of the early Williams solid-state tables like Defender. They all use like the same sound chip. Rockhead's put out a VR version of Bally's 1977 Evel Knievel. Evel Knievel was like this big stunt guy back in the day. This is very early solid state. We're talking like Dolly Parton, Kiss table early. Raja Joey's put out the 1982 Gottlieb Rocky, as well as the Bally 1978 Matahari. He's had some cool things here. I like with Rocky in the VR room, it looks like you're playing like at the top, like you're walking down the aisles of an arena going to a boxing match, which is pretty cool. For Matahari, he's got like a Bollywood type feel going for it in the VR room. And Senseless has put out a VR version of Stern's 2014 Mustang. If you're a car person, this one is probably for you. Switching over to mods, Ballatito's been quite busy in the past 2 weeks. He's got 3 new tables out, being Death Proof, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Rambo. Death Proof is based off of the movie of the same name, which is a mod off of Mouse and Round. Red Hot Chili Peppers was actually an original Red Hot Chili Peppers table that he's reskinned and modded. Rambo is an update of a mod of Raven, which Army Aviation had made a Rambo version of, and Ballatito's come and kind of clean that up a bit. Biggest put out his version of Capcom's Flipper Football. This is a mod of JP's version. Flipper Football is an interesting table history-wise. Capcom kind of got into the game a little bit late when it came to pinball, and they basically had to decide where they were putting their money in, whether it was going to be this soccer-themed Flipper Football or Big Bang Bar. And they went with Flipper Football, which was probably not the one to choose, but still cool that we have this here for archival reasons. Starline's got 3 out now. Iron Man, he put out a Lord of the Rings and a Medieval Madness Game of Thrones edition. My personal favorite is his Lord of the Rings. Starline does a lot of changes on the playfield, and sometimes he makes the tables, I feel, a little bit clearer to read. So I'm really liking his Lord of the Rings one. But I think my favorite this week out of him is his Game of Thrones Medieval Madness mod. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. He's done quite the job here. He's added some Game of Thrones music there without robbing the Medieval Madness playability. So awesome to check out. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, definitely want to download. Well, that about wraps it up this week. If you liked this show or learned anything cool, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, submissions, anything like that, you can hit me up at my email, jejepinball@gmail.com. I'm jejepinball, and this has been your Virtual Pinball News of the Week. Now make sure you're playing some tables. Peace!